Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon for the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. This is one of my last shows I'm going to be doing during the day. I'll be getting back to doing my shows in the evening because I'm back at my work placement tomorrow. So let's try and enjoy this last morning show, afternoon show. Actually, it's still the morning over here. 5 minutes after the hour of 10 a.m. And we've got some transfer news, some news and some rumors and some news. So first, off the bat, we're going to be talking about this guy over here, a player who I've spoken about on numerous occasions as a replacement, whether you agree with me or not, as a replacement for Thomas Partey, who's out injured, didn't make it to the AFCON, but he's been linked to Arsenal. He's linked to Arsenal. Not because they heard it on Cannon 4 TV, but yeah. Well, Arsenal being in talks to sign Everton midfielder Amadou Onana. Arsenal are in talks with the Everton midfielder to sign Onana in January transfer window, according to reports in Belgium. Now, Mikel Arteta has been looking to improve his midfield options before the end of the window. And Aston Villa's Douglas Luiz had been identified as the Gunners' top target, but he will not be leaving Aston Villa. I can tell you that right now. However, Villa are likely to command a higher price for the informed Brazilian, as he still has over 2 years remaining on his current contract. Onana represents an alternative option for Arsenal, and according to multiple sources in Belgium, including Sacha Tavarelli and another brand. The Gunners are currently in talks with Everton over a move for the 22-year-old. Tavarelli claims that Onana is keen on move to Arsenal. An agreement could reach very, very quickly. Now, Manchester United also had held negotiations over the deal for Onana last summer. And Everton, who were hit by a 10-point deduction in November for breaching Premier League financial rules, were holding out for £50 million. I think that's kind of a reasonable price for the midfielder. But here is the caveat. We don't need a midfielder as a matter of urgency. It is in the striker department. So as much as I admire Onana as a midfielder, the urgency is more in the strike or centre forward position there. So he's not a top priority as of now. A striker is the top priority. Now, I'm not sure how this one is going to go. I have read reports that Mikel Arteta, has said that it's going to be a bit of a struggle to source players, and he's going to have to make do with the players that he has. Right. So why are there these reports linking Arsenal to Amadou Onana? £50 million. All right, put that money towards a striker. It's glaring. It's been glaring over the last because we're 1 in 7. 1 in 7. One win in 7 games. It's glaring that a lot of these players are off form. And even when you look at it last season, when Gabriel Jesus was injured, even then I was thinking, we need to go into the market and buy a striker. Yes, Eddie Nketiah, but we still need to go into the market and buy a striker. So Onana, yes, but he's not a top priority as of now. Go into the market, Mikel Arteta and Edu, and buy us a striker. Now I'm going to be talking about, excuse me, Ivan Toney just in a little while on this live show here. The next player who's, it's reported that Reece Nelson is not happy. What's happening there? He's not happy. I think does the report say this? Well, Reece Nelson, I'll pick this up from the Mirror, I believe. Oh no, the Standard. Speaking to the Standard, Nelson said, yeah, I've said this before. Arsenal is my club since I was 8 years old. Of course, I want to be playing much more than I am right now. It's good to be coming off the bench, but I want to be starting. I feel I'm proving myself every day in training. So with this momentum, I want to go on and keep playing more. I signed my contract. I'm here now, and I have just got to prove to the boss that I deserve more minutes. Like I said, when I get the chances I play, I can prove myself and show everyone what I can do. Now, Arteta is currently looking to bring in attacking reinforcements. That's not true, actually. in the squad, and it could mean the chances will become harder to come by for Nelson in the near future. The 24-year-old is still young. Will be looking to leave the club in the summer if his playing time remains the same. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he, if that was going to happen, it would have happened a long time ago. I think, you can see what he can do when his mind's on the game. We can see what he can do. Whether Mikel Arteta has trust in him is a completely different thing. But long may it continue, because I did say actually after the game that he would probably be my man of the match based on the first half of the game against Liverpool. Not so much the second half, because he got taken off, didn't he? Right, and the next news segment, I don't know how I feel about this, man. How do I feel about this? Is it the right one? Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka. Do you miss him? Well, Darren Bent has said that Mikel Arteta was missing Granit Xhaka. Well, Darren Bent believes that Arsenal are missing Granit Xhaka at the moment. The former Tottenham Hotspur striker, TalkSport pundit, had noted that last season fans at the Emirates were calling for the midfielder to stay. Now, Arsenal sold Xhaka to Bayer Leverkusen in the summer of 2023, last year, and the Gunners received a transfer fee of £21.4 million, according to Sky Sports, for the Swiss international midfielder. Now, Bayer Leverkusen are on top of the Bundesliga table at the moment, and Xhaka has started all 16 league matches for Xabi Alonso's side. Now, Bent told TalkSport, Xhaka is a miss. I remember being there last season at his last home game, and Arsenal fans were singing, "We want you to stay. We want you to stay." I wasn't one of them, actually. I wasn't there. I think he scored twice in the first. In the first half of his last home game at the stadium. We haven't replaced him. I thought, okay, let him go, get someone else in. We're missing Granit Xhaka insofar as a leader has gone, somebody to kind of rally the troops. But apart from that, it's been down to Mikel Arteta. No two players can be the same or are the same. Got rid of him, we sold him, and we got Kai Havertz. I'm not about to go in on Kai Havertz. I think Kai Havertz, from what I've been seeing over the last few days, has had enough people going on him. But do you agree that we are missing Granit Xhaka? I think I might put that as a poll question, actually. Let me do that now. Let me do it now. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Yes. Are we missing Granit Xhaka? Let's have a look. The only thing I would say, you probably saw the last two seasons, right up to the penultimate season, he's been a lot more further. And Kai Havertz, predominantly an 8, I would say, not a striker, but then he played it, as a striker against Liverpool. And Eddie Nketiah is one of our top scorers. So I'm not sure why he didn't play or why he didn't start against Liverpool. He came off the bench with, I think, like 12 minutes to go. It's just weird, man. Strange. Absolutely strange. So let me put out the question. Oops. Are we missing Granit Xhaka? It's a straight yes or no. There we go. There we go. And the last news, I didn't actually prepare anything to talk about Ivan Toney, but I saw the interview he did with, was it Darren Lewis, formerly of The Voice newspaper. Probably, guys, you don't remember that. And he's just given his thoughts. He won't be leaving. I'd be very, very surprised if he left Brentford to come to Arsenal, because he does say in the interview, bit of a spoiler alert, that he wants to repay the faith for the Brentford fans as well as Mr. Thomas Frank. So he won't be coming to Arsenal. I don't even remember whether Darren Lewis asked him, anything about Arsenal. They're just talking about his training regime, his mental health and his targets. So I don't remember him actually being asked about that. Oops, sorry, people. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, we need a striker. We need a striker. Amadou Onana is not the solution for now. The striker is a solution for now. I mean, Thomas Partey might play a part in the final third of the season, but he's out injured. There's so many caveats, there's so many issues, so many topics, and it's all over the place. It's all over the place. But yeah. Ivan Toney, yeah. Missing Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka wasn't a striker. We need a striker. We need a striker. That's where the problem lies. And it's like, you're not what's the phrase? The elephant in the room? Not one elephant, there's two elephants. That is the problem. What is the solution? Go in the market and get a striker. Now, I've seen a lot of, again, comments and people's opinions about the manager. I'm not calling for Mikel Arteta to be sacked, only because it's not down to me. It's not down to me. The board, I guess to some extent, Edu and Stan Kroenke, these guys will deal with that decision when it comes to time. I can't see an upturn. We're not about to win the Champions League. We're not about to win the Premier League. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Whether it's the players or the tactics or the players, one thing is for sure, these guys just cannot hit the target. And I say these guys, not one, I didn't say, the person or the guy. It's the small group of players that we saw last season scoring all those goals there. So maybe it's the tactics. I've heard some grumblings, maybe the players are not happy as to how Aaron Ramsdale has been treated. I mean, I don't know whether that's true or not. Or I've actually heard that the players are not playing for Mikel Arteta. I don't know. I have no idea at all. But one thing for sure, 1 win in 7. 1 win in 7. And the players were not like this last season. You've got to prepare for, the future. Prepare for the future, for the eventuality when players get injured, when players go out on international duty, when players get suspended. You can't just live on hope and a prayer. You've got to do something. Prepare yourself for the future. And Mikel Arteta is, I think for me, when he's coming out and saying, well, we've got to use the players that we have, to me, that speaks volumes. It could be that they're restricted by their spending power, which means they might have to sell. Or, it's something else. Now, Rio Ferdinand has said that, if you're thinking to sell Reece Nelson's valuation won't be more than £20 million. Would that be enough for us to overcome the football fair play rules and go into the market and buy a striker? I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea at all. But we've got to do something. And until that happens, again, there's not going to be any upturn in our performance. We're currently like 4th place in the table. And I know, things can happen very quickly. Things can happen very quickly in football. 1 minute you're on top of the table, next minute you're in 4th place. And them down the road, 1 point behind us. I wouldn't be worried about them, actually. Don't worry about them. No. Our main concerns are go in the market, buy a striker, our manager not to be so stubborn and, trying to fool everyone. No. Still inexperienced. You got Jurgen Klopp. I thought they would have been happy with a draw. Come the half time, Jurgen Klopp saw something and he thought, you know what, I'm going to take off these players there. I think, what is he doing? It brings on these youngsters and Jota. I was thinking, oh my goodness, You know, I rate Diogo Jota, but it seems like whenever he plays against Arsenal, he always goes up a level. I don't think he's the tallest of players, but he out-jumped William Saliba to hit the crossbar. So that's an experienced manager. You know, never give up, never give in. Mikel Arteta, he's got a lot of work to do. The players, there's only so much they can do. You know, it's a teamwork. Mikel Arteta, go back to the drawing board. Probably it's a good thing we're not playing for 2 weeks. Probably come at the right time, but got a lot of work to do, man. A lot of work to do. Right. So let me go. What do I need to do? What am I doing? There we go. Let me go into the live chat and see who is in the live chat. And it's Jordy. Who are the lads? Wrong channel, man. I'm joking. I guess Tony is staying. He will be staying. Even before that interview came out, I said, you know what, this guy is not going anywhere, man. He's not going anywhere. He's going to be staying at Brentford. And lo and behold, that interview comes out with Darren Lewis, giving praise, thanks to Thomas Frank and the supporters. He won't be coming. So there lies in the question. So what's going to happen to Arsenal? What are we going to do? Are we going to buy anyone in a transfer window? I'll put my money on it and say no, we're not. I saw Arteta interview 2 days ago. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't see it. Do you know what? Just been one comment here from a long-time subscriber. Just in a few moments, I've been putting out the poll or the question: Are we missing Granit Xhaka? Choose only one. And Jack, good morning to you. I hope you're well. He says, I'm genuinely getting tired of the whole we miss Xhaka stuff. He contributed nothing to this club other than momental errors leading to goals mainly. All right, thank you for that, Jack. I guess you disagree then. Okay. Anything else that we need to talk about? Let's have a look here. Oh no, I'll get rid of this one. Okay, I'm still trying to handle this. Yeah, Amadou Onana, he's not the answer for now. He's not the solution because he's not a striker. We need a striker, an out-and-out striker. And it's funny. Who was I listening to? Oh yeah, I was listening to another platform. I'm going to give the name away, but they're talking about all the strikers that Arsenal have had over the course of, say, 30 odd years. Saying, oh, you know, Ian Wright would have scored how many goals? He would have scored a hat-trick against Liverpool. Of all those opportunities we had, Alan Smith would have scored maybe 2 goals and Thierry would have scored a hat-trick. We need to go into the market and buy a striker. And for Mikel Arteta, I understand what the media pack were trying to get at. Was obvious. Mikel Arteta, why do you think Arsenal couldn't score a goal? Excuse me, what? Why do you think Arsenal could not score? Because we didn't put the ball in the net. It's obvious. But what they're trying to say is go into the market, transfer window, and buy a striker who can put the goal in the net. That's what they meant. But, Mikel Arteta, you got a lot to answer for, man. I wish you all the best. Now, I'm not about to let what Arsenal do upset me. I'm only going to give my opinion, hopefully in a measured way. When we do live shows, all my other there's people there. My guests I will make sure they give a measured opinion. We don't all agree. No two Arsenal supporters, think alike. But I'm not about to let Arsenal upset my family life or my life. That's just the way it is. Right. Any other comments, or are we done? I really hope Reece Nelson gets. Actually, let me remove this. Gets more game time. I really do. because he's showed what he can do. But again, he's not. He's a player who needs to play with confidence and self-belief. But a striker on that chance from the long pass from Ramsdale, a striker would have tried to have lobbed the goalkeeper. But then, like I said, hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Because if he tried to lob the goalkeeper and the goalkeeper hasn't saved it, we would have all been saying, oh, why didn't you try and go around the goalkeeper? So, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? But Reece Nelson is not, he's not known for, his goal scoring prowess, is he? And again, we're going to just go on about chomping on the bits about Granit Xhaka. We're missing Granit Xhaka. I don't. If we had a Granit Xhaka, what would he have brought? Leadership. We're missing goals. 1 win in 7. That's what we're missing. Oops. 1 win in 7. Right. Okay. Now, a little bit later on, we have the Tuesday night show back with Guna Matters, streaming hopefully simultaneously as well, on Canal 42 as well as on his own channel. That will be 7 p.m. UK time. I'm not sure which guest or who he has on his channel, but make sure that you do support him by coming in the live chat, give him your thoughts, give him tough questions. Yeah, give him your tough question, because Guna Matters loves a tough question. So that's a 7 p.m. Tuesday night show. And he's going to be covering a lot of stuff that maybe I probably didn't cover or haven't been bothered to cover. 7 p.m. And I imagine we will look to get back to doing the Easy Talk, not this Friday, the following Friday. Yes, yeah, I give myself a few more days off. I think that's it. That is it. So what I'm going to do, although I know we're not going to get Ivan Toney, we're not going to get Ivan Toney. I will leave his image right there as a reminder. Although we might not get the player, we need a person or player or striker that can score us goals. And meanwhile, they're out in Dubai enjoying themselves. Anyhow, people, I will not be back later on this evening because, like I said, later on tonight it will be Guna Matters doing his Tuesday night show with his guests. So make sure you do join him and come to a live chat and support us. Support us. Anyhow, this over here, Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.